Coming on too strong. I think we've all been guilty of this at some point in our lives. I can say for sure that I have definitely been guilty of this, and I have gone through this, experienced it, and come out the other end and improved, made improvements, and have been strong, confident, very able in navigating dating and relationships, and then you fall back down again, and then you have to learn again. So this is a constant, another thing that we're constantly working on and improving and learning, and important to just be aware of it. Why it's unattractive? Well, there's a lot of reasons. I would say like the top three reasons for why coming on too strong doesn't work and tends to push people away. Um, First of all, at a very deep, instinctual, unconscious level, you're projecting the fact that you are, weak and you lack and you are needy. So, if you're coming across as being thirsty and needy and coming on too strong, it's a sign that you don't have much going on in your life, right? So, it's a sign that you see, we're all attracted to strength, whether it's you're female or male. We're attracted to that sort of abundance mentality. That we're attracted to people that have something to offer, who have, whether it's they're funny, they're interesting, into different hobbies and different things, and they take care of themselves, and whether it's money, whether it's income, whether it's health. So there's a wide range of things that represent uh, that state of abundance and having. And that's extremely attractive. We are drawn to that. So that is one reason. Another reason is that secretly, women and men like to work to get what they want. So this is something that might be a surprise if to guys. Like women like to also work to get our attention and to get in a relationship with us as well. So a lot of men sometimes think that you know women don't want to work and they want it easy, but that's not true. Like we all enjoy the journey is the destination, right? So we all enjoy the chase, right? So it's not just men that like the chase, but for all you women out there who, if any of you have had issues with coming on too strong, being too needy, being too clingy, and really like trying to force and push and make something work, it's always important for us to remember that we can never control someone else. That's the one thing that makes love so special. It's the one thing that you really cannot control. You cannot force someone to love you. You cannot um, buy someone's love. You may think that you can, but you really cannot. Love is something that is given and it can never be taken. And in order for it to be attracted into our worlds, we have to be in a state of peace and not neediness, and then it's attracted to us. It comes to us. We draw it towards us based on our mindset, based on the vibration, you can say, that we emit, the vibe that we emit, that we radiate. So women and men like to work, for, like, let's say if you're dating, women actually also like to work, and they want to put some work. They don't want it to be easy. They don't want men to just be blasting themselves at women, overpowering, just trying to get to the in the bedroom or whatever it is, get to the end, is kind of boring, because you're missing out on the the whole build up, and the build up is where more of the fun in, let's say, dating or pursuing a relationship is. That whole build up, it's exciting, it's the journey, right? So yeah, neediness is not attractive. Don't forget that both women and men enjoy the chase and the work. So even if you're a really good-looking, hot female, and you are needy, let's say you're coming on too strong, it's amazing how even the hottest, most good, attractive woman can become super unattractive and undesirable just like that, because men are still drawn to, that chase. We like the chase. We like challenges. A lot of men like challenges. So in this way, a lot of even, let's say, unattractive women or women who may not be like that attractive can become super attractive and desirable because they are happy in their lives. They are not chasing. They're not coming on too strong towards men. They're not appearing to be needy. They are busy with their life and they are happy with their life, and they become a little harder to get. And men love that. Men are kind of like it triggers the spark of like a challenge, of like, and why is that spark triggered? Because at a deep instinctual source, we do this reasoning that, oh well, this person must be better, or must have a reason for being so content and not interested. So it's like, this is something that I want. This person has some strength. This person is now attractive and desirable. So attraction is it's a very interesting thing. You can look at it in a way, it can be complex and complicated, but you can also look at it and it's very simple. And it's just that if you are busy and happy and content and occupied, then you're going to be less thirsty, less needy, less desperate, less, you won't be coming on as strong, and you're going to be more attractive. We all, but I would say more so men, really want what we can't have. It's a crazy thing. But again, I think it ties into that deep instinctual reasoning calculation that's taking place that says, well, if this person is moving away from me and isn't interested in me, they must be better than me. And when I say better, I mean they must be healthier, physically, mentally, spiritually. They must be in a great place in their life. Of course, it's like not as simple as that, but what being in a great place in life means something. It means something different to different people, right? So believe it or not, I have met people who, to them, what's attractive and desirable is to have a really messed up life where you are, let's say, like, just in a world of like, there's the glorification of being the struggling artist, musician thing that happens, right? So I'm not going to go into detail, but the gist of it is like, what is a great and desirable life is going to mean something very different to everyone, right? But the point is that when someone is able to not be thirsty and not, be so like needy, they're displaying strength, they're displaying um, just this contentment with you not being in their life, and that presents to a lot of men and a lot of women a challenge, and it's very attractive. So, how to fix this? How to fix being, coming on too strong? If you feel like that you are in that state currently, or if you've been in that state for a long time, or you're struggling with this in general. If you feel like you're usually needy in relationships, um, the way forward is it's actually simple to know what to do. To do it itself is it's going to take your work, and it's basically just get busy with your activities, get busy with your life, because that's the key, right? So once you find that you're being too needy or you're coming across too strong, whether it's in dating or you just want to kind of get to the finish line, you want to get to the bedroom, or you just want to get the relationship, you want to just not be alone, whatever um, is driving you to that point, and you've kind of lost your ability to understand that there is a pace, there's a natural pace to um, courting and relationships and two people coming together. And of course, that pace is always going to be unique. There's no one rule. You know, everyone's different. People are different. You're going to find people who click with you. But if you're coming from suffering and pain and some sort of a past traumatic relationship, and you're moving into dating with that sort of mindset, then you're likely going to attract something as toxic, and it might be in a different way, it might be in an opposite way, because usually we're like jigsaw piece puzzles. We're going to, kind of attract, but maybe opposites, attract, but it will still be toxic and might, uh, you know, not be very sustainable. Chances are it won't be very sustainable. So getting busy, taking a break is so good, because then you can come back to yourself, come back to your life, come back to your relationships, your family, your friends, your work, your personal fitness, your mental health, reading, you know, coming back to yourself, and it's kind of like rebooting. And then when you go back into the dating world, you'll go back more confidently. You'll go back with less need, less thirst, um, and you'll be more interested genuinely in healthier things in dating, which will likely make you more attractive. So, for example, if you're a guy, you're going to be less interested in just like trying to get someone in bed with you, and you're going to actually be interested in doing fun stuff. You're going to be like, well, you know what? I've been working on myself for a couple months now, and I would just love to go out and have just a tea with the opposite sex, and just you know spend an afternoon, do some fun things, go to the beach, to actually do some fun things, which women love. That's what almost all women want in a guy, is to do some fun stuff, fun activities. Guys, of course, want to sit at home all day, smoke weed, and then just have sex, right? And eat. Women want to go out generally and want to explore and do fun stuff, you know? Um, it's not a blanket rule. Everyone's different, of course, but in general, that's how it really is. So, and it works the same way with the other way around as well. I'm working with a couple of different people who are experiencing this right now. Who are maybe coming on too strong because they're coming out of you know previous relationships that were not healthy and lacked love. We all want and need love, right? So if you're not getting that love, and let's say you've come out of a relationship where it was abusive and you weren't getting the love that you need, to fulfill you and give you that sense of, security and confidence, and that you have a value. It's not to say that that's where we should be getting those things from, but there's nothing wrong with getting those things in those places as well. And we can kind of throw off our rhythm when we are in unhealthy relationships. They kind of can mess with us a little bit. So having breaks after those relationships are important because we reboot, reformat, recenter, re-energize. And ultimately we recharge ourselves. And when we go into our next relationships, or we start dating again, we're going to be less needy. We're going to always have that foundation to come back to, that, oh, I have a life that I'm actually happy with. So if I'm chatting to someone on let's say Bumble or Tinder or Hinge or whatever, Match or whatever app it is, or dating someone from you've met in the real world, you're going to be less insecure or less fearful or less anxious about it ending, because you know that, okay, well, I have my life and I'm okay with my life. I'm happy with my life. So anyway, I hope there's something in here that helps. I'll do way more videos on all of these topics, including this one, and because there's so much to talk about with these. They can really go in so many different directions. But the gist of it is that, get on with your life, build. Don't fear that you're missing out, because that's what messes us up a lot, is we don't take that pit stop, and then our tires just wear out, and then we wind up crashing, right? So pit stop can be risky, for Formula One or NASCAR racers, because they're like, oh, I'm in the lead right now. I don't want to do a pit stop. But it's worth it in the long run. It's kind of like if you're rushing things, it's never really works. In wrestling and jiu-jitsu, and in just fighting in general, there's a saying that slow and steady is fast. Because we try to rush our moves sometimes, and we don't perform them well. But if you just do it, like, for example, trying to take a sweater, a jumper off you, like if you try and rush that, you're going to be trapped in there and it's going to take longer than, but if you just do it real slow, it's going to come off faster, right? Or if you're trying to get into your house, because you need to use the bathroom, and, just in a rush, you can never get that door open. But if you just go real slow, you're going to get it. So slow is fast. And the same thing applies with dating. If you're a guy and you want to get, if you're trying to get more girls, or a girl, you're trying to get more guys, it's the same thing. Well, for guys especially, slow is fast. So if you can be slow, be patient, take your time, rather than trying to get it all done in like an hour or a couple hours or a day, pace yourself. Ask more questions. I'll wrap it up with this example, okay? So when I was very fortunate. I got accepted to a really good university, the University College London in England. I was very lucky. Like I couldn't believe that I had gotten into this place. I remember going into my interviews, and I went in to the interview with the mindset of, rather than being thirsty and needy and kind of desperate and coming on too strong, that was what was going on in me. Like I really wanted to get into this school, but I had to consciously totally transform my mindset, and I transformed my mindset to the mindset of, is this school good enough for me? Okay, and this mentality will help you in dating. It will help you in relationships. Okay, so if you find that you're very needy or come across too strong, flip the tables around and be like, is this person good enough for me? So I went into my interview and I had a lot of questions prepared for them. And as soon as the interview started, I waited maybe a couple of minutes and then I started asking one question after another. I remember one question I asked was, because it was a computer science, computer programming degree that I did, and I remember I was asking them about their computers, like what kind of computers do you guys use? Are you guys connected to, what sort of internet connection do you have? This is back in 2000, 2001. And I had one question after another for them. I'm not sure if that's what helped, but I can tell you that if you're going to go into a situation like that, more needy and desperate, well, they're going to be like, what has this person got to offer? But if I come in more confident, more collected, with more reason, it's going to be more impressive, more attractive. So I hope that helps. And to all of my Patreon supporters, I cannot thank you guys enough. You are amazing. Thank you so much. And yeah, I hope everybody out there is doing well. It's kind of crazy. We've only got like maybe just over a month left until some major changes happen, not only in this country but around the world. And I hope that everything is going to be, it's going to be good. So fingers crossed. All right, everybody. Adios for now. Stay healthy and safe.